Next up, a myth that could be a storm in a teacup.
Our next myth is about tornadoes, and it comes directly from the fan site.
What do we got?
All right, so the myth is that during a tornado, glass can get sucked out of a window and travel so fast that if you're in the wrong place at the wrong time, you get your head cut clean off.
Like a flying guillotine?
Exactly.
This is perfect. Fast-flying glass, decapitation. This sounds right up our alley.
Tornado alley, that is. Where are these freaking crickets?
When the tornado alert goes out, the safest place to take shelter is inside a storm cellar. With winds over 200 miles an hour, everyday items can be quickly transformed into lethal projectiles. But could glass whipped up by these winds really turn into a guillotine?
Okay, so what's the plan?
Well, I think first we have to create a human analog neck.
All right, well, why don't we get a pig spine? We'll keep the muscle on it, and then we'll wrap it with its own skin. It'll be just like a human neck. And then we can just take pieces of glass and start throwing them at it.
Well, I guess we gotta start somewhere.
Cool.
Yep, you heard that right. They're going to start by throwing glass at tornado speeds. But that's not as impossible as it sounds.
Now, when you think of tornadoes, you probably think of houses flying through the air, Kansas farm girls and their dogs blowing away. Now, that would be like a Force 4 tornado, up to 200-mile-an-hour winds. But I think you'd be surprised to know how slow tornado winds can actually be. A Force 0 tornado has winds at like 40 miles an hour. Now, that could be comparable to what we could fling our glass at.
Now, in order to test this myth accurately, we need a very human-like neck, because we're not going to be able to use a real human. What I have here is an MRI of a human neck. As you can see, there's skin, trachea, vertebrae, muscle surrounding all of it, and more skin. Now, normally, if we were gonna make a human neck, we would just take a pig spine and cover it in ballistics gel. This time, we're gonna make it way more human-like. She's gonna love this.
Viewers and pigs of a nervous disposition may want to look away now.
Oh, seriously?
This is perfect. Look at this. It's an entire pig's vertebrae with the skin and muscle still intact. I mean, it's practically a neck already.
True enough, but it does need a little surgery. Tori first removes the ribs,
You're gonna clean the saw when you're done, right?
then the lumbar vertebrae.
Yeah, that's better.
He next trims away the fat.
That's the juice. Here, Kari. Save that piece for you.
But he does keep the length. After all, a longer neck makes for a bigger target.
All right, the neck's done.
Then it's Kari's turn to add the outer layer of skin.
Awesome. Ah, yeah. God. God.
Now, Kari didn't have to make this neck. I mean, I could have made it easily. However, Kari has done a lot of mean things in the past. I mean, she's made us jump into the shark-infested waters. This sucks. This sucks so bad. She's made us eat hot chilies. She made us drink until we got a hangover. I think I'm never gonna drink again. So let's face it, it's payback time. Payback sucks, doesn't it?
Once Kari's all sewn up and an 8-pound human-like head is crowned, Neckman is good to go. So, what's the plan?
So our plan is pretty simple. We're gonna take turns flinging panes of glass at Neckman. And this is the glass. It measures 12 inches by 12 inches by 1/8 inch thick. But most importantly, it conforms to the residential building code of houses that are actually in Tornado Alley. Given how sharp this edge is, I think there's a very real possibility that we could sever a neck at throwing speed.
Provided, of course, that they hit it. Starting with Kari.
Now, I don't know how Kari's gonna do, but let's just say I've seen her throw before, and I think probably the safest place is gonna be right next to the neck. Sorry, Kari.
You could say that the team is that glass half empty kind of feeling.
Here we go. That was not anywhere close to the neck.
Holy crap!
With Kari's backhand misfiring, she switches stance. but gets the same result.
How much glass do we have? Are we gonna need to order some more glass?
The problem here is not just accuracy, it's also speed. Maxing out at a disappointing 30 miles an hour means Kari's not even reaching a force 0 tornado. Next to step up to the plate glass, it's Grant.
All right, everybody, take cover. Grant's throwing. I guess you can have a worse shot.
You guys okay? Everybody okay?
Although the accuracy was abysmal, the speed at 50 miles an hour was solid. Now, if he can just get focused.
Whoa, nice shot.
Yeah, nice shot. Still not enough to cut the head off.
It may indeed have been a giant pain in the neck, but a decapitation at 50 miles an hour, it wasn't. So last up to put his neck on the line is Tory.
Now, I like Kari and Grant's technique. However, my approach, I'm gonna throw out accuracy. And I'm gonna focus on speed. I'm gonna throw this piece of glass as fast as I can throw it. And if it hits the neck, it hits the neck. Hopefully, if I get it going fast enough and I do hit that neck, we'll see decapitation.
Foregoing accuracy for speed may seem foolhardy, but on take one,
Here we go.
Nice.
Correct shot.
That was great.
Tory nails the perfect shot, but the high speed reveals a very imperfect result.
Look at that, you got 68 miles an hour.
And it hit right on the neck. But look at it, the glass just completely shatters. I mean, it was going fast, and we hit it, but it didn't cut the head off.
The Force 1 tornado Pane hits dead center, but it's the glass that gives way and not the neck, meaning with this glass, decapitation is impossible.
As you can see from all the carnage around me, we threw a lot of glass at this creepy dude here. But we did not achieve a decapitation. Now, I think this is for a few reasons. First of all, after looking at the high speed, doing a couple of calculations, it looks like we were throwing the glass at the bottom of the tornado scale, just not fast enough. Secondly, when the glass actually was hitting the guy, it was shattering too easily. So, we're gonna need thicker, stronger glass, and we're gonna need to throw it a lot faster, which means we gotta build a machine.
In a perfect storm of circumstance, could a tornado turn glass into a guillotine? Well, not so far.
Okay, so we're struggling with decapitation big time.
Yeah, I mean, throwing a piece of glass accurately, even at low speeds, is very difficult, and the pieces of glass keep shattering.
Whoa! And it's only gonna get harder as we ramp up the speed, something we actually have to do.
All right, well, what if we try this? What if we take our head and neck, put it on the runway, and then we attach a sheet of glass to a vehicle horizontally, drive at the neck, and then release the glass before it hits the neck?
Yes, and if we drive as fast as we can, like 80 miles per hour, and get a bigger sheet of glass, that extra mass plus that speed should equal an impact at over 300 miles an hour.
I love it, let's do it.
So at the Alameda runway, the team's foregoing the throwing to tackle this myth head on.
You guys ready to see if we can make a tornado?
Let's do it.
But how will a car going at 80 miles per hour represent a 300-mile-an-hour tornado?
Now, the name of this game is kinetic energy. We can't possibly drive at extreme tornado speed, but what we can do is simulate the kinetic energy of a smaller piece of glass flying at those speeds. Using this giant piece of glass. This has a lot more mass. Now this piece, traveling at only 80 miles per hour, has the same kinetic energy as our smaller piece, traveling at over 300 miles per hour. I call that extreme tornado speed.
Grant's right, and it's over to Kari to explain why.
Tory's 450-gram pane of glass flung at 70 miles an hour had a kinetic energy of around 220 joules. If that glass had been traveling at an F5 tornado speed of 300 miles an hour, it would have had the energy of over 4,000 joules. Now, because the truck can only drive 80 miles an hour, to get a 4,000 joule hit, you need a heavier piece of glass. So how heavy? 6.5 kilograms. But will that cause a decapitation?
That's one big piece of Tornado Alley code glass. And to put it to work, Tori's built a rig that looks just as lethal as it is.
So this is the Super Tornado Decapitation Rig. So I built this steel structure that we've attached to the truck. On the end of it is a piece of glass being held oh so gently by these foam blocks. When we hit the neck, the styrofoam will break and the glass will act as if it's flying through the air. Now what I need to do is drive towards our Neckman as fast as I can and hit that neck so that when we hit that neck, this piece of glass will break away from the truck, hopefully decapitating our man and confirming this myth.
And talking of Neckman,
What do you think?
Hey, you guys over here!
Wake up! Wake up! Got the quality merchandise
yo.
right here.
Buy this
right
kid!
here.
You want some neck heads?
We got the freshest neck heads out here.
careful viewers will notice not just that Neckman has turned white, but also that he's slimmed down.
All right, so the last Neckman we had ended up spoiling, so we had to make a new one. But this one is actually better. This time I made it a little bit smaller, a little bit shorter, so that way it is closer to the size of a human's neck. We still have the skin, we still have the muscle, and we still have the bone. This is a very precise human analog.
With Neckman's neck on the line,
Holy mackerel! Look at that tornado!
some travel cones to mark out Tori's route,
Oh, hello, children. I'm Mr. Safety. I'm here to keep Tory from getting off track.
and an albeit brief truck naming ceremony.
Decapitruck.
It's all systems go.
We're ready to start the experiment. We have our pork neck in place, as gruesome as it is. Tory is going to be in the truck with a giant 2x4-foot pane of glass attached to the side. Grant and I are going to be at a safe distance monitoring the results, and we're going to see if high speed and a giant piece of glass can decapitate our pork neck.
Okay, Tory, belay. Are you ready?
I am in position and ready to go.
You ready?
Ready?
Okay, this is Neckman versus the large piece of glass in 3, 2, 1.
Not wanting the glass to slip loose, Tory gently accelerates up to 80 miles an hour.
Here comes the tornado! That's what I was gonna say!
Now is the time I feel compelled to yell, duck!
Whoa! Wow, that was almost no hesitation whatsoever.
That was gruesome. I mean, there was no resistance. The head just came off.
All right, let's check it out.
That was incredible. All I heard was the foot, and I looked back and I saw his head on the ground.
But hey, the rig worked.
Yeah.
It's mission accomplished. A nasty decapitation on the very first run as the glass cuts clean through. But in a MythBusters first, the next step is to ramp the results down.
Now, I can't say that I'm surprised by this, because that amount of energy contained in that glass traveling that fast would be like a super tornado, an incredible tornado, a 300-mile-per-hour plus wind speed tornado. And the thing is, you don't have those kinds of tornadoes every day. So what we're gonna do next is actually go at a slower speed, try the same experiment, this time simulating a more average tornado, and see what we get.
So they're going to rerun this test at 40 miles an hour. And thanks to the marvel of math, we know that the heavy glass going at 40 has the same energy as its smaller counterpart traveling at 150 miles an hour. A high force 2 tornado. But will that be high enough? To find out, Neckman's cousin, Collar Boy, gets his moment in the sun.
You ready?
Ready?
Tory Belaci, are you ready to go at 40 miles per hour?
I am in position, ready to go.
Okay, this is Neckman versus the big piece of glass at 40 miles per hour. Take it away.
Tornado!
Tornado!
Yep, look out, Collar Boy. There's a storm a-coming.
Whoa, what was that?
Wow, look at the trail of destruction.
Oh, we got decapitation, and the glass broke away.
At first glance, it seems like we've reached myth confirmed as head and neck part company. But the high speed tells a different story. It seems that the hair trigger on the glass didn't work cleanly, and that means that some of the car's own momentum may have affected the outcome. For this team of perfectionists, it's just not good enough.
So at this point, we've pretty much confirmed our myth. A pane of glass flying at tornado wind speeds can decapitate someone. We tried flying our pane of glass down the runway at high, extreme tornado wind speed. Got a cool, clean decapitation. Amazing. Then we tried halving that speed at moderate tornado wind speeds, still got a decapitation and shattered all our glass. But we're really bothered by the fact that the glass is not totally dislodging, and I'm thinking that maybe we're getting some extra mass, some extra force, some extra momentum from the truck being attached to that glass. So the next obvious MythBustery step, well, we're gonna go build a robot in the shop.
Yep, they're following that old MythBusters mantra. If in doubt, build a robot.
Tornado!
When a tornado hits, chances are it's going to do a lot more than ruffle your nerves.
Now, to simulate a tornado, we first started by throwing panes of glass by hand with little success of decapitation. Then we moved on to a giant piece of glass strapped to the side of a car and drove at high speeds into a neck, and we got a decapitation, but we think the momentum of the car added too much to the kinetic energy, really loading the deck on this myth. So now we want some realistic circumstances. We want a small piece of glass flying at moderate tornado speeds to see if even that will get us a decapitation.
So how exactly are we going to accelerate a piece of glass very quickly? Well, the first step is to take a bunch of these caster wheels and flip them upside down like this, so that we have a low friction surface to slide our glass on. It's like a little conveyor belt for potentially deadly glass. At the end of this line, these two tires go on an axle, which is connected to an electric motor. Yeah, that ought to do it. That's gonna spin at really high speed. Now, a second set of wheels is going to go on top, and that's gonna form a sandwich. You're gonna love this. So that when the sheet of glass comes in, the wheels are gonna catch it and whoosh, send it out at tornado speed.
Now, we're hoping that this machine is going to actually help us with our speed and accuracy, but like most of Grant's truly intimidating-looking rigs, we don't know what it's gonna do until we do a few tests. So we're gonna throw some glass in, see exactly how fast it's going, and make sure it's all going in the right place.
And that glass is going to be twice as thick and twice as heavy as the glass the guys first threw.
All right, calibration test, full power.
That's right, full power.
Let's see how fast this glass flies.
Do it.
All right.
Yeah.
Full power.
And go! Woohoo!
Yes.
Maybe too much power.
Instead of throwing the glass, the machine smashed it to smithereens.
Shoot.
That was awesome.
But a quick nip and tuck, and it's good for take two.
3, 2, 1.
Yeah,
All right, let's see how fast that one went.
Scary.
I know a test goes well, but I'm terrified.
The machine worked like a charm, flinging the window wannabe at 70 miles per hour. And that means it's Neckman's curtain call.
Chin up, buddy. It's very important. Keep your chin up for this one.
After several tests with our Pane in the Neck rig, we think we have it dialed in. We have 70 miles an hour and a perfectly flat flight pattern. So now we're gonna bring in the neck and see if we have a decapitation.
All right, this is tornado decapitation. 1/4-inch sheet of glass. Neckman is in position. Motor is full power. We are going for tornado speed.
I'm ready for the next test.
Okay, tornado speed in 3, 2, 1.
Wait.
A direct hit, and Neckman's head's gone AWOL. But it's not all good news.
I know what you're thinking. It worked. You decapitated him with a piece of glass. Actually, we looked at the high speed, and what really happened was the glass hit him right here in the mouth, and it just ripped his head off the neck. There was no cutting through skin, no cutting through muscle, no cutting through bone. This was not a decapitation. So we need to get a new head, reset, and try it again.
A new head? How about this one?
Neckman in position. You guys ready?
Ready.
All right, fire it up.
This time, Neckman's painfully down for the count, but a decapitation, this ain't. So far, the robot is 0 for 2, a record that then takes a turn for the worse, with near misses.
That was so fast, I have no idea what just happened.
And not so near misses.
Man,
I wonder if it's possible to decapitate a guy with glass.
I don't know.
With the final Neckman in the firing line, it really is now or never.
You ready to get your head cut off?
You ready?
Ready.
Ready? All right, fire it up. Okay, here we go. 3, 2, 1. I think we've got decapitation!
That is unquestionable.
We did it. We confirmed this myth. We got decapitation. It's incredible to think that a small piece of glass with hardly any mass at all, going only 70 miles an hour, which is a mild tornado, is enough to cut your head off. I mean, that's enough to cut through bone, through flesh, and skin. A little creepy. This one's still confirmed.
Now, this is a perfect conclusion for us. We have a piece of glass flying at a low tornado speed in the air on its own merit and decapitates our head completely off and cleanly. That shows us right there, confirmed, confirmed, confirmed.
Yep, this all goes to show the danger of flying debris during a tornado. For safety, taking shelter in a storm cellar really is a no-brainer.